going down, man? It's Down Houston Podcast, man. I'm down in Houston. Check it out, man. We just joined today by two special guests. You know what I'm saying? Two architects of this H-Town thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that southern sound, you know what I'm saying? We was hearing in them 90s and them 2000s, man. These two guys were heavily responsible for it, man. Harvey Luv, Sean Solo, what's going down?
Hey, man.
What he do?
Man, happy to be here, man. What's happening?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Solo
sir.
got Solo back, you know what I'm saying? First time Solo came, it was on some old professional, you know what I'm saying? We get my client to come in. We ain't get to chop it up, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, it was on some different shit. We here to chill. Let's get it.
Yeah, for sure. Harvey Luv, first time here, though. You know what I'm saying? Representing Herm Clark. So for me, y'all already know if you listen to the show, I'm from Herm Clark, Briarwick, you know what I'm saying?
Already, we doing this right in my backyard. You know, but a lot of people don't know, man. I'm originally from Third Ward, so I always got to make sure people know that. Herm Clark adopted me when I was 12 years old, and man, and it's been love ever since. You know what I'm saying? So I always give a shout out to my Third Ward people as well, because they know, like, hey, they be, you know, we go out, hey, tell them where you originally from. We do that. From. But I love my people, man. Really, man. I love my people. You know, both sides, whatever. And so, you know, Herm Clark adopted me as their own, and you know, when I was 12 years old, and I've been there ever since. And so it's been rocking. It's been rocking, man.
Yeah. We gonna Solo. We gonna get to you, but I want to spend a little bit of time with Harvey Luv for a minute. Man, talk about just, you know what I'm saying, just the early beginnings, bro. Like, what kind of even influenced you to even get into music?
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, man. Okay, I'm 8 years old. I'm 8 years old, man. My mother owned a club, owned a cafe, kind of, you know, BYOB back then, they called them cafes, you know, and just
and this,
being real.
This is in Third Ward or what?
This is in Third Ward, right there across the street from the. That's what I'm saying, because I went to Yates for a week. I went to Ryan both years. I went to Ryan Middle School.
So you spent some time over there for real? Yeah.
I'm from Third Ward. I'm literally from there. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so I'm gonna tell you what's really, really bananas, man. We used to call Herm Clark Hearn Clark. And everybody from Third Ward know what I'm talking about. We say Hearn Clark because we didn't know the real name for it. That's what it sounded like to us, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And it's crazy. I went out there, you know, I ended up moving to Hearn Clark when I was 12. And I would, you know, I always come back and correct people, you know, hey man, it's Herm Clark. They'd be like, oh, you got out there and got proper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but my thing is, because
the Clark was different back then. Like, it's the hood now. But I was talking to Mike D, and he was saying, like, when he moved, you know, he moved to Herm Clark, and it was on some nice shit.
Yeah, when I moved, you know what I'm saying, we felt like woo-wee, you know what I'm saying? And plus, I came from apartments, and I stayed in apartments when I was in Third Ward, and then got a home and all of that. You know, my parents moved into a home in Herm Clark. So, but that was the kind of like the transition or whatever. But at the same time, you know, moving back a little bit when I was 8 years old, going into to answer your initial question, you know, when I was 8 years old, my mother owned a cafe, owned a club, and so. It was BYOB. That's why I got the name cafe. You know, cafes BYOB. You know what I'm saying, or whatever back then. You know, on weekends they would have, it was called live DJs. See, DJs every night in the club now. Back then, you know, they had jukebox. You know what I'm saying, all over the jukebox and all that. They're not dating myself, but just being real. You know what I'm saying, giving you this history. You know, and on weekends they would have live DJs. We had this DJ named Wild Child, and he never got a chance to see me, you know, because he, you know, like make it on further, because he ended up, you know, he passed when I was a youngster, and but he was the DJ, and I was so fascinated, you know, my mother didn't have nobody keeping me or whatever. I slept on a pool table in the back of the cafe. Wow. Because, you know, after school or whatever, I would be in the cafe with my mother. I'm around all of these songs.
So you seeing everything.
That's right. That's why I know all of these songs today, to reach back, you know what I'm saying, like just like Solo do. You know what I'm saying, like Solo does. You know, so you know how to reach back and go get them, you know, them jammers. To youngsters today, it's just a jamming song. But like to a lot of the like old school and people that seasoned and stuff like that, they be like, ooh, he reached back and got that such and such. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
it's a different connection.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We all like it, but we like it for different reasons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, youngsters is like it because it's jamming. You know, but they don't know that's a song that came from somewhere else, and he reproduced that song. You know what I'm saying? Myself reproduced that song. So I would be, you know, just so fascinated. I remember used to have to stand on these you know, the milk crates.
Yeah.
I couldn't reach the turntable, so I had to stand on them just to watch Wild Child play. And he said, "Hey man, you want to try this, man, or whatever?" So I ended up, I'm like, yeah, I want to try it or whatever. And so I'm 8 years old.
Scratching.
DJing, something, whatever. He'll let me get in there and get out. He'll teach me like on days when there wasn't a crowd in there and stuff like that. And so by the time I was 10 years old, I'm really spinning. I'm DJing the party. My friends couldn't come in, but I was doing. I'm
in the spot.
Right, and they thought it was so cute. These grown-ups thought it was so cute that this little 10-year-old kid could actually not only play, DJ and use the equipment, but know what to play.
So what you playing around this time? What kind of records you playing around this time?
It was I never forget it. Living for the Love of You was one of the number one songs back then. The Isley Brothers. Living for the Love of You. You know what I'm saying? I was playing Lakeside. I was playing all these different songs. You know what I'm saying? All these different songs that we, Solo and myself probably, going back and sampling now. You know what I'm saying? Do It Till You're Satisfied. All these different, all these different jams and whatever. I'm coming with them. I'm hitting them with them. I'm hitting them. Yeah. And so, I'm a whole lot of Isley Brothers here and now, or whatever. But I would do that, and they would, the same, because the reason why I would know, it would be the same songs that's in the jukebox throughout the week. But I had all the albums or whatever because DJ Wildchild would make sure I had his records. Then all of a sudden my mother saw, said, just turn me loose with it. By the time I was like that was about when I was 10. When I was 11, because we moved to the Clark, closed the club down and moved to the Clark when I was 12. When I was 11, Wild Child wasn't even DJing there no more. I was the DJ on weekends at 11 years old. I've been DJing since I was 11 years old. And I wasn't scratching it, but then all of a sudden I got into scratching because you had all these different movies, the Beat Street,
breaking and all
that. I wanted to start scratching. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So when I started scratching, my mother didn't like that part. Like, you're going to mess up the records. Just play them. We know, But I got into the scratching and then became a turntablist. You know what I'm saying? And so I was, mixing and scratching and whatever. My whole time that I was at Ryan, I was DJing at Ryan. Every school I went to, I was the DJ. I was the DJ at Ryan Middle School, DJing all the little house
dances
school,
and everything.
little dances. Whatever. So that's 2 years, 7th and 8th grade. When I got to Madison, it was over. You know what I'm saying? When I got to Madison, because now I'm in the Clark. This 1985. So now I'm in the Clark. I'm in there and I'm DJing. They came up to me in the cafeteria. I'm DJing all the Madison dances. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. I would go to my teachers' houses and DJ parties for them on the weekends or whatever. They was like, you don't hear this, you don't see nothing, you don't hear nothing. All you do is play your music, and you go. I'm talking about, and I look at this. It was weird to look at teachers in the eye. Look them in the face when I've just seen some grown ups.
You out there getting full and all.
Chilling, they drinking, chilling or whatever. And now you back to telling me what to do in class. Or whatever.
Yeah, I was supposed to listen to you, but I was just DJing your party.
They would pass the word around, and I got to DJ for all of them because they knew I was cool. Didn't bring nobody business back to school or nothing. And they wasn't doing nothing crazy in front of me anyway. But they just were grown ups. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so they came to me in the cafeteria and told and told me, hey, this guy Jerry. Remember we just talking about Jerry Holmes. Yeah. Jerry Holmes brought a guy to me and said, hey man, you two dudes need to meet each other. And it was like, oh, okay. I said, well, who is he? He said, well, his name Curtis Davis. They call him,
Mello.
Big Mello. Right. At the time, he was MC Mello. And so he was beatboxing and all this.
Because I had Carlos Garza on here, and I had Blind Rob. They were saying like Big Mello used to break dance and all kind of stuff.
Yes, indeed. We I was on Rap a Lot with Rob.
Yeah.
Robert McQueen.
We gonna talk about that.
Okay. So anyway, so me and Big Mello, he was like, man, yeah, you DJ? I said, yeah, I DJ. He said, okay, cool, man, whatever. So that day, we went to my house, and I got to see, like me DJ and all that. We went to my house after school or whatever, and me and Big Mello formed a group right then on the spot. Damn. We was right then on. He's like, oh yeah. I was his DJ. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell you that dude was so talented, man.
I was gonna say, talk about Big Mello, because he's someone that I feel like he's one of the ones that he's unsung. You know what I'm saying? Right. And maybe it was because he may have been ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his time.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you what was spectacular to me. We went to it's 17 and a half hours from my driveway to St. Louis. And I'll tell you why I know that. Because we had an 18-passenger van. We on Rap a Lot at this point. We had an 18-passenger van. Big Mike, Big Mello, 3-2. I think it's a few of us. Devin on the road, me and Devin the dude, you know, we always get us a room together. If I'm not with him, I'm with D of the Trinity Garden Cartel. We always hang together on the road. You know what I'm saying? We have our rooms and all that.
Yeah.
So me and Devin the dude and all us, we all doing the show. We on our way to St. Louis to go do a show. So Big Mello, we went all the way. The reason why I say that is because we went all the way from Houston to St. Louis without using the radio. Big Mello sung us all the way to St. Louis.
17 and a half hours?
Man, he sang, I'm telling you, because we went to sleep, you know, back up, he's singing Al Green. Went to sleep, back up. You know what I'm saying? He's singing Isley Brothers. I mean, he's singing, it's crazy.
Talk a little bit about his personality, because from my understanding, I feel like he was more like a Fat Pat, kind of just big,
That
just
dude,
live, you know what I'm
was
saying?
Big Mello's the reason why I know pretty much everybody in South Park that I know. Like the S.A. Fools, like everybody in South Acres and all of that, the Bubba Twins. I'm talking about everybody. You know what I'm saying? Cornell, X, all of those.
But Big Mello was from the Clark, though, right?
He was from the Clark, but he knows everybody all over town. I'm telling you, you know, I knew Daryl Scott from DJing at Super Skate, you know, in Palm Center, but I didn't know him personally. See, Big Mello knew him personally, and then I got the chance to meet him and be with him. His wife became our manager, you know what I'm saying, became our manager, you know, Carlon Scott, you know what I'm saying, you know, and Carlon Scott Clinton now, you know, so, you know, and my thing is, man, is like, wow, man, you know, all of these people I met is because of his good personality. This man had a gold. Everybody loved him. Yeah. When you know, and not to just be bringing this up, but when he passed, you couldn't fit in the church. It was standing room only. You couldn't get in there.
It was a New Faith.
Yeah,
I remember New Faith. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm one of his best friends, and I had to be in the balcony to show you how many best friends he had. You know what I'm saying? How many one of his, you know what I'm saying? You know how many good friends he had, rather. You know, I'm like, I was one of it, you know, his dudes, you know what I'm saying? We were together. And, you know, he really left a legacy, man. You know, I mean, we still talk about him today, which is, you know, I have a verse from him that I'm dropping on my new album getting ready to come out. You know what I'm I still have a verse from him that's we redid Deuce Out the Roof.
Oh,
and
man.
he's just like he's right there. I promise you.
Man, I can't wait to hear that.
When you hear what he says, and I'm then like, you gonna be like, what? You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, he put me in the game. He's the one that put me in it professionally, and you know, I was just DJing. He like, man, they want to hear from you, man. When you got something, you act like you got something to say and all that. I started rapping because I've been rapping since then. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And I started rapping whatever on a song called "I Don't Trust Them." On the first album, and we produced it, helped produce it, and everything. You know what I'm saying, and so Crazy C, Mello was getting me, getting my weight up on my rapping, and I was so inspired by Crazy C, Crazy C, the producer.
Yeah, I had Crazy C on. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's my mentor. Okay. So everything that I wanted to be like him. I don't care at everything he did. Crazy C was a DJ. I was a DJ. Crazy C was producing. I wanted to be a producer. Yeah. Crazy C wanted, wanted to be in radio. I wanted to be in radio. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's just the model that I wanted to follow. You know what I'm saying? At all times. And Crazy C and at every turn, Crazy C would always mentor me and make sure that I was straight. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And I took to that. He showed me. I didn't even, when I started producing, I didn't know about the verse, the hook, the bridge. You know what I'm saying? The outro.
Just formatting the track.
The actual format, right? The sequencing of a song. Mm-hmm. I didn't know nothing about that. He had that EPS 16 plus. I got me one just because he had it.
So that was your first piece of equipment?
That was my first piece of equipment. That and I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. It was really crazy. Then I got an ASR 10. I got the rack mount. I bought Doug King's old equipment. I have the actual ASR 10 that produced in the studio. I have it right now in the studio, the same one that was used to make Mind Playing Tricks on.
No shit.
I have the machine. I'm not one like it. I have that one. Yeah. I got it from, when I was on Rap a Lot. Yeah, I got that one.
You got security too over there. So.
right. Yeah.
Don't come over there tripping.
It's in the vault. I got that one. Yeah, I told Face I said, yeah, man, I got that machine, man. I still got it. Yeah. I'm saying I got some, some machines that, like, if they ever were to break down, I would frame them before I throw them away. You know what I'm saying? I would frame them. And it's the only reason I haven't framed them yet, they're still working. I was on the on the EPS today. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. A lot of people, ask me, man, how you get them drums sounding like that or whatever? How you get this or whatever? It's because a lot of these new, like younger producers. I ain't gonna say new producers, but I'll say younger producers, people that are living in a digital world. They don't know the power of analog. Mm-hmm. They don't know the warmth of analog.
The warmth. You ain't never gonna beat that analog, man.
Can't beat it. You can't beat it. Digital is clear. I get it. You know what I'm saying? That digital world is clear.
But that feel though, the feel,
exactly.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't. You're not supposed to hear bass. You're supposed to feel it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When that bass is right here, ain't supposed to be right here. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? And you're looking for your bass in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
You're looking for your bass in the wrong place. You know what I'm saying? But that comes from years and years and years of experience and seeing what works, what hits, whatever. And that's how a lot of times, how I, got my style of music, that come down, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and to be totally honest about it, Willie D is the one that gave me that name.
No shit.
Willie D gave me that name. He's like, hey man.
About around what year was this?
This is man. This had to be it was the early 2000s. It was. He gave me the name way before I started actually just really saying, yeah, that's right. That's me. Yeah. He was like, hey man. He was just making a statement. He was, what I'm saying. He like, God damn man, you do that come down shit, man. That's you the come down king. You know what I'm saying? And it stuck to me, and I thought about it like the next day, like, man, I'm the come down king. You know what I'm saying? And I just started, using it all the time. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And so I'm like, yeah, man, and whatever. And it stuck to me, because that's really my style of music. Hard bass lines, knocking drums.
That Harvey Luv with that bass line for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. I like knock more than I like boom. Some people like
the 808.
Right. I like that. You know what I'm saying? That knock sound like a gorilla trying to get out your trunk. You know what I'm saying? For real. I make a knock to a slow song. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my style. You know what I'm saying? For real. I like the hit more than I like the boom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like hitting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So talk about. So when Mello went to Rap A Lot, you were already. Did you go over there as his DJ or were you already producing?
I went to Rap A Lot as his DJ. The transition happened while I was in the group.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's why,
So talk about that because it was the Bone Hard.
Yeah, Bone Hard. Yeah, right. Bone Hard Productions is the actual name of the group. It featuring Big Mello. The reason how that came about is because Mello was such a Frankie Beverly and Maze fan. Maze featuring Frankie Beverly.
Shit.
So it's Bone Hard Productions featuring Big Mello. That's how it came like that.
Damn,
yeah.
I ain't know that shit. Yeah.
That's the history behind that. He said, we're going to be Bone Hard Productions featuring Big Mello. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because he always would sing Maze. He would always sing Frankie Beverly and Maze. He would always sing that. And, we always know. And so that's why it's featuring Big Mello. You know what I'm saying? And we were all a group. And it was just the times of our lives, man.
Yeah.
The times of our lives.
On that first album, because I was talking to Mike Dean, and he was saying that he had did something with y'all. Like he started getting into production with y'all.
Let me give you that history. I'm full of it.
Specifically, because we were talking and he couldn't remember. And he said, "Man, Harvey Luv is who I produced with first."
I'm gonna tell you what song. Straight from the Clock.
Straight from the Clock
remix.
Yeah.
We were the first ones to actually use Mike Dean playing live instruments.
Yeah.
First one before Joe, anybody.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me.
And what happened was, we were at Beto's house. We had Beto, producer Beto.
Yeah.
We at Beto's house. Beto used to stay right there, Bedford Southwest. So we right there, Bedford Southwest on the Southwest side. All of us, we all over there. I'm talking about. I remember when me and Face together, me and Face riding together or whatever. This one, Face had a BMW. He had like one of my old school BMWs. Willie D had a S10 Blazer. I'm talking about them days before the money. So we all kicking it, we having fun or whatever. Mike Dean came in and asked Mike Dean this. Mike Dean, me and him already talked about it before. Mike Dean came in with what's called, well, you a producer, I ain't gotta explain this to you, but a mini move, the short little keyboard. Had the knobs on and everything. Looking for a job. Wanted to, like, man, I play, man, whatever. Somebody invited Mike Dean over there, whatever, I play. And when, Mike Dean played, Beto had a track on, whatever. They hooked the mini move up. When we heard Mike Dean play, it was a rap. But you know what I'm saying? It was like, man, everybody was like, ooh, yeah, he tough, he tough, he tough. But just being real, I'm not gonna say people didn't know how to use him. They just, whatever the track was, they didn't have the track, whatever. Mello was like, man, we had already did Straight from the Clock on the album, but we was gonna release it as a single, as a single. And so when we released it, we went and played, said, man, we're gonna play this live. Because like I said, Mello liked live music because of his background. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. We was the first one, we want this stuff played. And Mike Dean played every instrument on there. Mike Dean is a studio
genius.
Rapper.
Yeah,
He
genius.
is a studio. He can mix, master, play every instrument. It's a rap. You just put him in there and lock him in now. You gonna come out exactly. He's gonna come out with it, man. And Mike Dean is the truth in the booth. I promise you. He is the truth, and it's
he told me specifically it started with Harvey Luv. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes indeed.
That's an honor, man. You got to think, man.
Yes,
I mean, for him to go
big,
on and be, what he is today,
for
man.
him to go where exactly
It's big.
he's the play exactly. He done played for like Michael Jackson and I'm talking about everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for him to go from that day to where he is today is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I saw the whole ride, and it's like, man, being in this game, it's. God has really placed me here and kept me here. I've been here. I mean, I've been in music. I was telling Solo about a week or two ago. I've been in music 28 years without a 2-week break. I mean, there has not been a straight 14 days that I've been away from music. I don't care where it was. I mean, I don't care where I am. I'm writing a song, I'm producing, I'm doing something or whatever with the music. 28 years. I'm talking about since I was like maybe 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've been like literally engulfed in music.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I could start today and be as proficient as I am in music.
So you still love it today, still like you did before.
The fire burns in me today. I just did a song before we came here. So it's like I still have the fire that's burning in me now is just as bright as it was when I started. I'm still excited because I feel like I haven't reached my peak because I'm steady learning more and more.
Right, you're getting better.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and technology is and technology is a big part of that. You know what I'm saying? God first and foremost. But technology is allowing me, wanting to learn this new technology and this is what y'all doing or whatever, because it's like I'm learning what you all can do.
But see,
you
to
don't
go
know
back though,
you don't know.
you ain't gonna be able to run the
No,
MIDI chords and all that. All
no.
you know is USB MIDI.
This is my thing because when people come to my studio, they're seeing they see the programs. Okay, they know these programs. They know this, that, whatever. But do you know all this analog equipment I got lined up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can you hook these wires up? You know what I'm saying? Physically. Do you see all these cables running? You know what I'm saying, from this Avalon? You see all from this mixer, from this ASR. Now you looking for it on a computer screen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm I had the best of both worlds. I'm hooking my digital and my analog
Combining
world
them.
together.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that sound cannot be reproduced unless you have both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? Because some of those sounds are coming from analog. You looking for them on a digital board, you can't get them. That's why I say your bass is in the wrong place. Telling you.
Yeah. Talk about that funk with your mind, man, and that
fever,
fever, man. You're giving me
I
fever.
Appreciate it.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man. We reached and dug and got a mean record. I remember pulling the record out the crate. You know what I'm saying? When we got that fever and me and Crazy C played that together, and Crazy C, I'm telling you, that's when I was learning when I did the fever thing. And then, you know what I'm saying, and that's why I can just look back on that and be like, man, I was really getting my wings right there. And Crazy C, we put some really good musicians together. We had a really good team together with that Funk With Your Mind album. We had Corey Funky Fingers, Corey Stoop. Oh man, that Stoop is ridiculous, man. Plus he's fun to be in the studio with. We had Terrence Badwolf Williams in there. You know what I'm saying? In that studio with us. We had Daryl Scott was in there singing.
No shit.
Daryl Scott, people don't know. Daryl Scott got mad vocals.
Yeah. Wait, so Daryl Scott sings as well as DJ?
Daryl Scott, DJ Daryl Scott. Yeah. I'm talking about McGregor Park, Super Skate. Daryl Scott got mean vocals, man. Yeah, and was directing other singles. We had singers in there. I mean, it was a production in that studio.
You can tell though, because that album is just so well put together.
Yeah, exactly.
Even to
Mike
this
Dean.
day.
We had all these. I mean, Mike Dean was playing on that album. It was amazing because once he played straight from the clock. It was a rap then. Okay, come on.
Yeah,
We just got to go do regular songs now. You in there? You know what I'm saying? You in there? So we did all of that, man, and it was just amazing to be able to be a part of that, you know. And I had so many different influences, and just watching different people. And Big Richard Simpson, I don't know, he passed on, but he was one of our mentors.
I went to college with his son.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Richard,
yeah.
Man, he was amazing as an engineer and everything. Oh, he gave us guidance, and it was just really, it's just really, really nice, really, really nice. You know, and we had a lot of people just was stopping through, and and that studio had everybody in there.
H-Town.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Destiny's Child. I remember when Destiny's Child was trying to. I'm talking about literally when No, Yes, Yes, Yes wasn't even getting played yet. Once they did that remix with
Wyclef,
it was a rap. When Wyclef did the remix, it was a rap. Then 102 went back and started playing the original.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like they didn't have to look back no more after that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about I'm in the studio with them during those days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even when they had the video with Lil O back then, people don't even know that part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was just some history from there. Whatever, Jay Prince back then was coming through, giving us guidance and sitting in with us and kicking.
That's
it
what
with
I'm saying.
us.
Talk about them early Rap-A-Lot days, because you was there when Rap-A-Lot was Rap-A-Lot. You know what I'm saying? Which is still it's a legendary label. I don't want to be misunderstood.
Absolutely,
but I'm saying,
absolutely. But Jay, Jay was Jay and I we had got really really cool through Mello, because Mello and Jay that's how we ended up on Rap-A-Lot, because Jay and Mello was so tight. They were really really cool, and he was would always give us guidance. We was cool with his family, his father. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Ernest. I'm talking about, man. We was cool with everybody. Everything was just one big family type deal, man. Everybody. I'm talking about the days of like the Too Much Trouble. Choice.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
early Rap-A-Lot. Yeah.
People look at like just you said like the Rap-A-Lot days. People look at Devin Dude and be like, man, that Devin Dude be jamming. The whole art squad was a fool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For real. That Rob Quest.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Jug Mug. I'm talking about, I'm down with these people. Man, they had the whole, man. They had a whole, they had a jam on there. Like that. Effing over yo for sure.
Yeah, trying to get some more. End up with more. Yeah. End up with. Hey,
if
man.
Y'all know what I'm saying. Oh my goodness, man.
That's a real song, man.
Yeah, man. Talking about the really talented. I was always surrounded by talented people. You know what I'm saying? And that's why me and Mike B get cool, because he with the Trinity Garden Cartel, they was killing it.
Yeah.
It was like, man, I'm talking about that Mike B can play like nobody's business, man. He is he a monster.
Yeah,
Mike B is a monster.
Yeah,
he can do that voice. He came to the studio and did that voice box. Me and him redid the Mo Bounce to the Ounce.
Yeah.
Killed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so can't wait to just drop
one of the
that.
coolest out here with that.
Oh my goodness.
With the
man.
voice
I'm
box?
talking about, he cold.
The
he
real
cold like
voice
Roger
box,
Troutman. Not no auto-tune.
Yeah, the tube.
With the tube in your mouth.
Yeah, I saw a video of him one
The
time
golden
doing it, but I
throat.
didn't know that he really was like deep into the
he
voice
doing
box for
that.
real.
I got a video with him. I'm talking about in the booth doing it. Yeah, it's on my face, man. Everything. He tough like that, man. He's very talented. And that's why I say with that Rap-A-Lot roster, we had so many people on that one roster, man, that was just so okay. And like people were in love with 3-2. That
was my cousin.
Really? Okay, there you go. Okay, Christopher Barrier.
Yeah.
That's
like my
how
second. I ain't find this out till he passed away, but like his mom and my dad, like first and second cousins. But
so then you know how the 3-2 come about, right?
As far as what?
His name, how you get the name 3-2?
CB.
CB.
Yeah.
That's it. Christopher Barrier. Yeah. That's how he is. Yeah. And so, well, do you know about the history about the One Day You Hear song?
That was his record.
That was his record.
Yeah.
You know where he wrote it?
Where?
On my pool table.
No shit.
At my house. He wrote that song at my house. He had all 3 verses on there at first.
And then it was like he was kind of held up with like a solo or something like that.
Yeah, right. And that's when he got Pimp C.
See, 3-2 is another one though, man, that was so influential. You know what I'm saying? You talking about Snoop Dogg,
right?
And just
all that. Because that was during the time when we was all together.
Yeah.
Not Snoop. Okay, this 3-2. And this one, me, 3-2, and Mello hung together every day. You know what I'm saying? We was on a whole nother level even before Rap-A-Lot. You know what I'm saying? We was trying to deal with another label even before Rap-A-Lot. This one, this
was Shortstop and all that, or before?
No, this was another label back before then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So 3-2 we ended up. I'm gonna go back to the Rap-A-Lot days though. We were on Rap-A-Lot. Big Mike and 3-2 go to L.A. Dr. Dre was, that rat-tat-tat-tat. That was 3-2 and Big. That was the Convicts beat.
Yeah, I remember
That beat was for the Convicts. Why you think that how you listen to the hook? And I never hesitate to put a nigga on this bag. That's 3-2 all day long. That's him.
Yeah.
That's him. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? And so 3-2 called me, say, man, it's a dude, Dr. Dre, a little tall, slim dude that Dr. Dre producing, man. He's gonna be on this deep cover soundtrack. He got a little flat top. He cold, man. They call him Snoop Doggy Dogg, man. Y'all gonna hear about him down there. He real cold. He funny as hell too. We be ranking on him because they like
so
to rank
is
together.
3 there to like write, or is
No,
he just there?
was there.
As like
Dr. Dre was getting ready to produce the next Convicts album.
okay,
Yeah, that's what that was the Convicts album. The Convicts was getting ready to get produced by Dr. Dre. They flew to LA for that. And that's why 3-2 had to beat. It was another beat. It was a couple of tracks.
Because I had Blast up here. I think it was.
I know it's Rat-a-tat.
Oh my God.
Rat-a-tat-tat was 3-2 was they beat.
Fuck.
Because 3-2 had that on a cassette. I remember that when he got back here, he had the beat.
Ways of trying to find
I
motherfucking
heard-
nigga with a motherfucking gun.
Bingo.
Nigga with a gun.
Yeah, because I heard them beats before they came on the Chronic. Before they was on the Chronic.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. And when they came out on the Chronic, I'm like, damn, they used them beats that y'all.
Same beats.
Same beat. They used the same beat, just got their beat back.
Damn.
The same exact beat. Rat-a-tat-tat was for 3-2 and Big Mike. That was a Convicts beat. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Why you think that Snoop was saying, I gonna love him? You know
all that came from 3.
Because if you know 3-2 and you know Menace and Mayhem from Mo City, you know that's how they talk.
Yeah.
If you know Menace and Mayhem, you're saying.
So all that really though, I don't love them hoes. All that come
that's
from
3-2 all day long.
Yeah, I know
was
that, but I'm
him.
saying Menace and Mayhem. These are the guys who are
Yeah,
responsible
because
for
those
that.
3 were together. 3-2
Okay.
was with them. 3-2 went to Mo City.
Right.
So he was with Menace and Mayhem and all them, and that's what, Snoop. But but being around them, that's how Snoop pick up. What he said, because 3 told me himself, they would always laugh and they would just, man, say that shit, man, talk that shit, man, talk that,
Yeah.
and they would love that. And that's how they start saying it they damn self. They picked up on 3-2. Yeah.
So tell me this, because it's I always wondered this, man. Did 3-2 ever feel the type of way that Snoop kind of went on to be this big mega star, and he just kind of was left to like, I don't want to say figure it out, but he kind of went and just.
If he did, man. If he did, he never voiced it like that to me. He always loved Snoop. He always like, he always felt like, they was, partners and what they hit each other on, like on the road or something, and it's going down or whatever. And my thing is this, and this is me personally, I wish that they would have done something for 3 because he was so talented, man. If you listen to that Black Monks album, I know with Big Mike, because Big Mike is a monster itself,
For sure.
But it wasn't what with him and Big Mike on that Convicts album. But if you listen to that Black Monks album, that is the best I've ever heard 3-2 in my life. I promise you, that Black Monks album was crazy. That pop goes the Weasel in my nine. The Black Monk, that was amazing to me. The talent, and the artistry that he was just able to come up with, what I'm saying, and it was crazy. We were in a I had to stay with him 2 weeks. We were going to court, and on some music stuff, and we had to stay at the Residence Inn, and I had to stay with him for 2 weeks. And I'm gonna tell you,
y'all had to stay together. This was the setup.
We had a room in it, because all of us, Mello had a room, and me and 3-2 stayed together. We all going to court, and some music stuff to that, and the actual, the details of it, I really don't, but it was some music stuff, what I'm saying, because I don't really want to bring, I don't want to give any notoriety to a company that was trying to take us through some turmoil at the time.
Real shit.
And so we going to court and all that, and so the way that we Rap-A-Lot did it to make sure that nobody's ever late for court. They put us all in a hotel. We couldn't go home or nothing during that 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks. It was 10 court days, Monday through Friday, 2 weeks, and even on the weekends we stayed in the hotel because they wanted everybody on point because it was such an important trial that we court case, rather civil court case that we were in. And I had to stay with 3-2. This is when I met 8-Ball, MJG, and all that, because they had, that's when they were just, 3-2 was, kicking it with them, and and
They were in the
and
H at this time, and all
yeah,
that.
yeah, I'm saying, he was, that's how I met him, because he was down with him and whatever. I had never, even heard of him at the time, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and they're like, damn, they cold, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. And so I end up getting a chance to know who they were or whatever. And this was like, man, 3-2, I got a chance to see. The reason why I said this is because he would write every night. That's how we would pass the time. I'm watching, you know what I'm saying, like Brett Favre rookie season. You know what I'm saying? This is back when Brett Favre, you know what I'm saying,
with Falcons and
it did 1 or 2 years in the league.
Yeah,
This is way back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm watching Brett Favre, and I'm watching sports. 3-2 was writing, you know what I'm saying, and he would try the songs out on me, you know what I'm saying, and I got a chance to see. I have never seen nothing like man, Mello would come over there and be like, okay, I'm going back to my room, and Mello would go and write or whatever, I'm like, man, because they was true to it. I'm talking about with the pen.
Yeah.
I'm looking, I'm wishing I had some turntables or something in there at that time, at that point. Now, I would be writing songs or whatever, but back then I wanted to scratch and DJ, but man, I just wanted to put 2 turntables together for them.
Yeah.
But they was writing their ass off, man. And I've never seen, him go that hard as I've ever seen, like when we were in that room, like for 2 weeks locked up. That dude had a song a night, and that's why I was saying about the One Day You Here and all. This dude had some songs, man, that were unbelievable. And even when I got to the Woss Ness, it was 3-2 and I that came up with that. A lot of people say, yeah, man, we came up with it. We this, that, and other. I got songs of me and 3-2 was doing Woss Ness songs, whatever, chanting Woss Ness even before the group had ever even been thought about.
No shit.
This is our clique. You know what I'm saying? We was calling ourselves the Woss Ness. Me and 3-2 was. You know what I'm saying? Me and 3-2 and Crazy C was producing songs for us. Yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So talk a little bit about, because ESG was here and he had kind of dropped one on me. He was saying, like, I want to talk a little bit about the clock. He was saying that Swanger started in the clock, which that was my first time hearing that.
They did. Yeah, they did.
Talk just a little bit about the culture and just, just hard clock.
My thing is, it would take JC to give you just being real. He got the total history on how swing, but Swinger started in Hiram Clark. That's what they did. You know what I'm saying? Elbows. Call them elbows because when people around, they stick the elbows out the window. That elbow.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They stick out just like the elbow. Yeah, exactly. And that history started right here. You know what I'm saying? And I just could only just look and just be amazed. I couldn't help elbows when we know. But JC, people like JC, Smitty, and all of these people were riding these. Riding.
That's another one. Like, talk a little bit about Smitty. That's like a
Smitty,
notorious name. He almost sounds like a damn like ghetto superhero.
He came from
damn
Madison.
near.
He came from Madison, played football and everything. But he was just one of those guys that came up in the streets, man, and and the rest pretty much is history. How street dude, but he was such a good dude, man. I remember I got some an event that I want to tell you about. We performing, me and Mello. This one we on Rap a Lot, because Smitty was him. He was cool with everybody. He was even cool with Jay. You know what I'm saying? So we doing a show in Moody Gardens. We got a show, and if you ever like been in like Moody Gardens and that where the theater part is, that row is probably about 40, 50 seats across. I mean, each row. He came in with an entourage. That's when Smith was dating Pepper.
Salt Pepper, yeah.
Okay, right. He was dating Pepper. So he was dating Pepper back then, and so they were down here. He had Pepper with him, but he had his entourage. He a little bit late to our show. We weren't on stage yet. There was some people opening up for us or whatever. We were the headliners, and so all we see is a commotion going on in that front row. Smith paid everybody in the whole front row all the way across. He not only gave them back their money for their ticket, he wanted to sit in the front row with his entourage. He wanted everybody that was with him to sit in the front row. They just filled up the front row. Not only did he pay him back for the ticket, he paid him twice. He paid him, then gave him some money, for doing that. Bought the ticket back from him, and then paid him for getting out the seat. I don't know how many $1,000 that must have cost.
You talking about some balls
back
right
then.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he had that going on back then. All you see is people getting up all the way across the front row. And I'm talking about we backstage looking at like, and man, Mello showed it to me. Mello like, man, that's Smith, man. He'll do that. Man, that's Smith. Man, Smith, man. Oh, man. And he would be looking like, man, you know, and I looked through, you know, we could, back then they had curtains, you know what I'm saying? So we looking out the curtain, and man, I see, man, and all you see is people getting up all the way across, you know what I'm saying? And all Smith boys in the whole parking lot in the front, I mean, had all of them. And Smith had a, this has still never been done again. With Smith, Smith had a Benz with a Testarossa kit on it.
I seen that Benz. It was like orange.
It was
red
orange
Benz.
Benz.
Yeah.
Smitty had a Rolls Royce with elbows on it. You know what I mean? This the same car Smitty. So, but he had a Testarossa kit on his Benz, and it made it have hips on it like a dually.
Yeah.
Nobody has never pulled that off again ever. I mean, this dude was a stunner back then. Before baby.
Yeah.
You know, he was stunned. This the dude that throw a party, and you know, you lucky if he came. Everybody had a good time, but they don't know where Smith is. He throw the party was jumping, but they don't know where Smith was. He come in like the last maybe 30 minutes or hour of the whole party. I'm talking about, man, for real. I done been to some, you know, a couple of his parties where me and Mello would come in. I'm talking about, and it would be like the whole thing, you know what I'm saying, would be jumping. You know what I'm saying, you know. And my partner would be rocking with him, you know what I'm saying. You know, actually my kinfolk, named Jason. So he would, you know, we get to it, and man, it'd be, you know, like he ain't even there, but the party rocking.
Yeah.
But it's his party, you know what I'm saying. And he fall in very last hour, and everybody, oh, there he is, you know. But it was that dude was that kind of dude, man. He was a real good dude, man. You know, real talk. He was a real good dude if you knew him like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But
sure.
I mean, that's what it was with him. You know what I'm saying? Everything else was, you know, that was my Rap-A-Lot days, and then I transitioned from now into the Woss Ness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's you know, and JC.
Wait. What year did Woss Ness? When did you start Woss Ness?
9-5.
Oh, that early?
9-5, yeah, 9-5, because I was, you know, 9-5. That's when they like we was getting actually took off in like 9-6. Our actual first album came out probably like 9-7. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, 9-7, somewhere up in there. And I mean, it was crazy how that happened, because I'm in the back. You know, my studio was in my bedroom. I told my mama, you take the bed up out of here. I just want, you know, I don't want nothing but keyboards and turntables in this room. I sleep on the floor, couch, whatever, you know. And so my daddy and everybody, you know, if they knew, you know, especially here in the Clark, you know, you can ask pretty much anybody, especially in the streets, about Mr. Kelly. You know, he was the dude that had, you know, had the heat, you know what I'm saying, you know, just being real, you know. And had the, you know, the shooting dice, you know what I'm saying. They had all the crap day, you know. We had a dice house, you know what I'm saying. Just being, you know, that's how it was. You know, we shot dice, whatever. So JC and a lot of other people, you know, and they're in the house, you know what I'm saying. And we having fun, they, you know, shooting them craps and all that, or whatever. I'm in the back doing a song. I'm writing a song for Bushwick Bill. I'm writing a song. It's called two of them. One was called Chuckwick. And the other one was called I Got the Big Eye on You. You know, he had one eye because, you know, his wife at the time, Tamika, you know, accidentally shot his eye out. So I'm writing a song called I Got the Big Eye on You, and a song called Chuckwick. And so, yeah, man, and but it was really about, you think I don't see you, but I wrote it from a different perspective. Right. You know what I'm saying? You think I don't see what you're doing, I got my big eye on you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was, you know, it rocking, you know. JC still got both songs, you know, like right now. So Crazy C produced Chuckwick. I produced Big Eye. I Got the Big Eye on You. So we was going send them to Jay Prince. We was gonna send them to Jay Prince. And so let me cut this out. So we are gonna take them to Jay Prince's time. And JC was like, "Hey man, we had never sent them to him or nothing, you know, whatever." But JC heard those songs, and he's like, "Man, look here, love. If you ever wanted to do some, you know, solo or something like that or whatever, you know, I see Mello doing this thing, because Kurt, you know, Mello was doing some stuff with I think the guy that owned 7202 at the time, but it wasn't 7202 at the time. He was doing it in his backyard. I forgot the guy's name or whatever, but he was real tough in the music business too. And Mello was doing
7303, Ronnie Bookman?
Ronnie Bookman. No, how did I forget Ronnie Bookman? That's crazy. Okay, Ronnie, he was with Ronnie Bookman. So he was getting ready to do some things or whatever. I don't think they had even jumped off yet, but he was getting ready to do some things, you know, and all that. So anyway, JC was like, man, I put something behind you, man, and gonna let you get out there and do your thing, your thing. Well, I like your music, man, or whatever. Because he came from in the front room, gambling with my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Gambling with my old man, and came back in the back room and hearing me do this stuff or whatever. And that's how how everything was born as far as like the Woss Ness or whatever. I was the only artist JC had. And Big Steve used to bring me and
Wait,
Mello.
JC, this is the same JC you was talking about with the slabs and all that?
Give the slabs. Yeah,
So that's your cousin?
Yeah, he's not my
That's
cousin.
your- oh, he's not your cousin? Oh, he's just somebody- okay,
He's
you
just a street dude, just like Smith.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Just a street dude, and from the hood, you know what I'm saying, a hood OG, and pretty much, you know what I'm saying, the OG, as far as like the Clark is concerned. You know what I'm saying? You mention Harm Clark, they gonna
Yeah.
pretty much know
Yeah.
who JC is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Slab King,
Yeah.
that dude. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So,
always his
as
name
far
come
as
up when
the
when that
Clark,
slab come up
yeah.
in the Clark for sure.
Yeah. Just like they would mention like a Core Blunt in South Park or whatever. Hiram Clark, you gonna say either one or two names, Smith, or you gonna say, you know what I'm saying, like JC, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Even though Smith would be on Brinkley and stuff like that in South Park, but Smith is from Hiram Clark, you know what I'm saying, Heatherbrook. So, when he heard my songs or whatever, he wanted to put some money behind me and stuff like that, and the rest is history, man. We jumped down with it, and Big Steve had just came back, Mafio had just came back from Chicago. He started
Okay,
coming
talk
over
a little
there.
bit about, because Big Steve is one, of course, from the Clark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Another one of the
yeah.
ones like Mello
Oh,
that
man, yeah.
that we've been hearing from the jump. But talk a little bit about Big Steve, 'cause I know he's one of the ones, came with the style and just, what I'm
Right.
saying, a different flow and all
Right.
that. Like,
Right.
what's his background? You know what I'm saying? Like
Big
you saying coming from
Steve-
Chicago.
Big
What was he doing in
Steve
Chicago?
would actually, he would like to always he get me and Big Mello to come up to Madison and stuff. This is how I know him. This is how how I met him initially. All of a sudden, when he came back from Chicago, he came back to my house, and I didn't know he was rapping. I didn't even forget rapping like that. I didn't know he was rapping, period. Because when he brought us up to Madison, people was telling me, no, Steve was rapping then. But I didn't hear it, whatever. So I didn't know he was rapping. He came back and man, I'm like, man, you got something, man. So me and him immediately went in the house and did a couple songs or whatever. JC was like, man, who is that? I was like, man, this dude, man, little young dude, man. I used to go to Madison, man. He used to get me and Mello to come up there for and they would come back to school, come back up there to Madison and do things for their class and stuff like that and whatever. And so when they heard it, it came. It was like Fat, like I'm just saying, like what Fat Pat said. We went together like cereal and milk. Me and Big Steve. It was like, his voice and my tracks. It was like,
too, though.
This is right, but this I was gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you sure right.
Yeah.
This is before I got to Big Poke, because me and Big Steve met Big Poke the same night. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
no
So, same thing. Yeah. It's amazing history how me and Poke got connected. And Big Steve, all three of us got connected at the same time. It wasn't just me and Big Poke. It was me, Big Poke, and Big Steve at the same time.
Imagine
you know what I'm saying?
that.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we met. We all met. And
Wait. So they all down with Screw and all this by the time when you met Steve and all this? When you met Steve
Pokey
and
was.
Pokey was. Okay.
No, yeah, but we wasn't down with Screw yet or whatever. We ended up, I had me and Screw would know each other in passing and stuff like that. We really hooked up after we went over Screw house and did a Screw dub. Then me and Screw started sharing sounds and stuff like that, because Screw was doing some
He
little
was on
stuff
production.
too. Yeah,
Okay,
doing production too.
wait. So when do you go to Screw House? You go with Big
Okay.
Steve or Poke? How do you get? Who
Okay,
invites
this
you over
is
there?
what happened. Okay, well, Big Steve at this point is already in the Woss Ness. We already formed the Woss Ness. We get ready. We go. JC say, man, I talked to them Screw boys, man. We need to go over there and get us a dub going, man. We need to get a dub, because Screw dubs was hot on the streets. The Laws hadn't jumped in Screw highs and all this, because they like, man, what is this going on, man? They thinking this man this must be bricks or something coming up out here. The way people is at this door and the way it is all over the streets, and there's something crazy going on. It's just music. It's music, man. This man is changing the culture right before your eyes. That's what's going on. So we make this Screw dub called Ooh Wee Man. You know what I'm saying? I never forget it. If you go to the Screw, I'm talking about if you go to the Screw shop right now, you get that Ooh Wee Man. That's a Woss Ness Screw dub. And so we go to make a Screw dub. Big Pokey over there. Rando over there, and you see, it's Screw and all us. We over there. Pokey asked one thing that ended up making us all get connected. man, what, man, who y'all, man, y'all some rappers? And so and Big Steve looked at him like, yeah, we rap, man, whatever. And so Big Steve, I told
Wait. So y'all just going to Screw House on some? We just some fans. So you could really go.
We wanted to make a dub. We want to make a screw dub.
So you could go to Screw House like that, like shit. Y'all just going to get y'all personal taste.
Like, see, JC known in the streets because Screw, was about who talking about people on slab and all that there. JC was the one on the marquee.
Man, yeah. So it's
they know him.
Thing.
Yeah, right. And they know me from the Mello days. They know me. They know who I am or whatever. But it's more about JC. For the slab and all this kind of stuff like this. So we go over there to go do the thing, whatever. And he asked, Pokey, Big Pokey asked, did we rap? What y'all, some rappers or something? What y'all? And just just being real, because we didn't know him at the time. Yeah. That offended Big Steve. I told Pokey that. I was like, man, that got him like, woo-woo. Because when we went outside, I'll never forget it. We went outside.
So Steve knew he was talking to Pokey from the Screwed Up Clique at the time.
Yeah. He knew. He knew he met him, whatever, because we didn't heard dubs. We had heard Screw Dubs before. So we knew who it was on the dubs and stuff like that. But then when he went, he went outside, he was like, man, they didn't even know we rap, man. And that put a chip on Steve's shoulder. Mm-hmm. That put a chip on
Around
Steve.
What year is this? It's like 96?
It had to be about 98. Okay. This right before Steve passed. You know what I'm saying? Because he ended up going to do a Ghetto Fabulous dub by himself. And then he...
So he got into the clique later on like that then? Who? Big Steve, he got in later on.
No. Me and Steve started, right after me and Big Steve signed with the Woss Ness same day.
No, I'm saying as far as the Screwed Up Clique thing.
Right.
He didn't get into Screwed Up till later on.
Right. Exactly. About a couple of years before he passed, because he went over to the Rick Shop as well and did a few songs and all that. So, but my point is, when he went outside, he was like, man, he was offended, like, because Pokey didn't know who he was. He said, man, I'm gonna make sure. He didn't get mad at Pokey though. He was just saying, like, I'm going to make sure before I leave here tonight, everybody in this room going to know who we are.
That's live.
You know what I'm saying? And he didn't say who I am. He said, going to know who we are. When I tell you, I never forget it. I brought some beats on cassette. This on cassette. Because, Screw had the great tapes too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had some beats on cassette. The one that Big Steve say, man, make sure you bring that beat, man, bring my beat, because I did a beat that Steve hadn't wrote the song to yet. I put the beat on for them to freestyle. I still got the freestyle right now at the crib, and at the studio. I still got the freestyle.
This didn't go on the tape. This was just something they just did.
This went on the Screw Dub. If you go get the Ooh Wee Man Screw Dub, you'll hear the original Who That Talking Down, and that's exactly how they started off the freestyle. Shit. That's how the studio. I'm telling you, if you go to Screw Shop right now, get the Ooh Wee Man. I'm telling all y'all, go get the Ooh Wee Man Screw Dub. I'm telling you, you're gonna hear the original Who That Mad, Who That Talking Down. That's exactly how Big Steve came on it, started it off. Who That Mad, Who That Talking Down. Out the gate, that's how he started that freestyle. And so they ended up making that
turned into.
They turned that freestyle into a real song. Crazy, that real song got turned into a classic. That real song ended up being the most successful song I ever produced in my life. All from a freestyle at Screw House.
Man,
the most successful song. That song that been in three TV shows. I'm talking about I just did a post about that song the other day.
Man,
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean all of that. You know what I'm saying? And the rest is just history about that song.
How did Big Steve pass away?
He passed away, man. From what I was told, because I was told, absolutely, because I wasn't there. I heard that even 3-2 was in the car right before that and got out. So they had dropped him off somewhere. They said that he had went to some apartments, man, and some people, somebody just. They say was just shooting all around the car. That's all just walked around the car shooting him. I never got the real story for how he passed, man. It broke my heart.
Wait. Did he have was this stemming from some like beef shit, or was this a random occurrence?
This is my thing. Is Steve never told me about no. That's my point. It would be easy to say, oh yeah, I know where that comes from if he had told me about some beef, but he never told me about any beef he had. You know what I'm saying? Because I was with Steve all the time. He was just with me. Like not the night before, a day or two before that. because Steve, we was getting ready to drop My Testimony. And so JC was like, man, go pick up Steve. Y'all get together on what Steve, what our songs that you produced that Steve wanted on his record, because we getting ready to drop his album. And so and we got ready to, we was getting ready to do that. I was, that's how I heard him. Because he was doing some songs with 3-2 and Juvenile. He had a song with 3-2 with
Juvenile from Cash Money.
Yeah, Cash Money.
No shit.
Yeah. I told Juvenile and Cash Money.
No, Big Steve.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And I told Juvenile at Carrington's. I saw Juvenile at Carrington's. I told Juvenile when he because I saw Juvenile right afterwards. He had came up to Carrington's. I said, man, Big Steve died on the street right on the side of this place, man. He like, what?
Oh, he got shot over there.
Yeah, he got shot in Westridge.
Oh,
in
no
some
shit.
Apartments. Yeah, it broke my heart, man, because it was like, man, because he had so much promise.
That's what I'm saying. The potential was right there.
Yeah. So I mean, his
swag, everything.
Oh man, it's like his potential was through the roof, man. Where he was going. I mean, and he knew he was a hustler. That's what I liked about him. He was such a hustler. He, is like, okay, if you love, you got some heat over there today or whatever. I say, I'm finna make something right now. He said, okay, well, I'm finna go over here to this studio while you making it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna wait on you to make no beat. You ain't got nothing today. Okay, I'm gone. He was like that. When he had it in the system, he out of there, and he come back there to eat it and do a song with me. And he was the kind of dude where I would start off with the track. He would already had a hook, and I'm like, I ended up starting it off, but now I gotta follow him because he already got a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he take over the song, and it's like it ended up be a banger because he already see where he want. He's like, stay right there. Give me something that's gonna make it knock, man. Give me something because I want to bounce this. I want this hook to bounce a little bit, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm trying to make him follow me. Then all of a sudden, I end up trying to do something that's gonna go with what he already came up with, and that's how we came up with songs, man. Me and him lock up in that room, man. We come out with a banger. And that'd be the Woss Ness album. We either add somebody like, my partner Wag, which is my best friend, but Racer X. We'd either add him or add Devious, or whatever, and that was the female, that was our Queen Bee. Devious, she was amazing.
Yeah.
Her and Steve together, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Connect them two together, they was the truth. This is before like the Lil Head, Big B.
Shout out Head, that's my boy.
Lil Head, Big B, and and
the Woss Ness group.
Right. The Woss Ness clique.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This was before that. I'm talking about the four original, me, Racer X, Big Steve, and Devious.
Yeah.
The painted faces.
Yeah.
That was the original Woss Ness. You know what I'm saying? So that was the which I love the others too as well. We made some excellent music, man. That Bangin' Screw album,
man, Rolling Chrome, man. Come on, man.
The Head took it to a whole nother level. He was, that Head is so talented, man.
Yeah, he is.
Lil Head is so talented, bro. He freestyle. That dude, I remember he shut Austin down with his freestyle one time. Oh my goodness, man. They would look after every show. They had to hear him freestyle. It was a rap. It was a rap. You know what I'm saying? Anytime anybody wanted to freestyle while we was on that road, like, go on out there, man, go get them. Get them. Go out there and go get them. I'm telling you, we remember like because it was us and Swish House always on the road together, and like East Texas and stuff like that. And I remember the history with Swish House too, because we'd be on the road with them. We was like, man, they rapping off of, all these instrumentals, man. But people knew them instrumentals. Michael Watts was making sure that they all these record stores out there, all these, all these mom and pop stores had them on consignment, had these man, and people when they get by the time Swish House get down there for a show, these people know every word.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that system that he came up with was a beast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just being real.
Yeah,
so,
Swish House definitely took it to the next level as far with that hustling, man.
Right. They hustle was straight. You know what I'm saying? Because we out there, I'm telling you, because we was on the road, we saw them. They would be in Austin with us. They would be in East Texas with us. Everywhere we was, you know what I'm saying? There would be, Woss Ness and such and such and this and that. And Swish House. I'll be like, oh, we got them again. Okay, cool. We got cool with them because we'd always see them, on the road.
Yeah. Already. We're going to switch it up a little bit. Sean Solo,
sir.
what's up, bro?
I'm here, man.
You know what I'm saying? Back, you know what I'm saying?
learning.
Second time.
I'm sitting here just soaking it all up.
It's so much history,
man.
dog. It's so
It's
crazy
so-
how the H got so much history and everything just so intertwined. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
great. His path is totally different than mine.
Right,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? But
That's
we
what
all
make it
meet
live.
up at the end.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
dude. That's live, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So Solo, man, you know what I'm saying? We can kind of run down a little bit again. I know it started in college. You know what I'm saying? I talked about the ESG. I met ESG in college. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Y'all
man.
linked up.
Yeah.
Did that swinging and banging.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Same, just like last time, we had a little college experience, man. You know what I'm saying? I ran in the in the dorm. He's rapping. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not finishing playing ball. I said I gave it up. I was playing football down there. And, yeah, man. He was doing talent shows.
Yeah.
And we just hooked up. And shit, the rest really was history, man. He was dubbing tapes. Remember how y'all just like splice tapes?
Right.
Splice a tape and make it. I was like, man, that's dope. I had really never seen that before.
Right.
Yeah.
And I
Well, you
bought
know what? Everybody got that tape.
yeah, he had a whole instrumental. Like, he made an instrumental off of slicing the tape.
Slicing the
Like,
tape.
Like, man, this is dope. So we can get a sampler and figured out we could do that for real.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
We ain't got to spend a whole lot of time on the full
Yeah.
history because I mean we
done
talked
already
about
went
it. We done
there.
did that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Anybody who want to hear the full Sean Solo story,
It's on there.
y'all check that episode out, man. It's on here. But like I said, when you came, it was on some real business. You know what I'm saying? This, my client want to come chop it up. It was real, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was real on the humble. And since we didn't talk then, and we didn't, you know what I'm saying, chopped it up and kind of established some whatever relationship, bro.
Right.
You done a lot of my favorite H-Town songs, whether it be the Lil Keke good part. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
little,
man.
just little intricate little things where I'm like, Solo did that. How you ain't talking about doing the good part? How you not talking about doing Ride with a Player? How we not? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Solo, we gotta talk about these records, man.
Nigga from the hood.
Nigga from the hood.
Hey,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Like,
Hey.
Man,
Come
he
on,
whipped
man.
that out. He
Yeah,
whipped that
yeah.
out on me during that show, man. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, man. That's
oh my
crazy 'cause
goodness, man.
Yeah, like Ride with a Player, like, the whole Straight Profit thing, it was like a blur to me, like, because it happened so fast.
Yeah.
how did you even get in over there with that?
Man, I think that was Straight Profit was maybe after Hawk or something, man, or something. They came along and, everybody, the name was floating around and I think Zero.
H-A-W-K, because you did that record too. The H-A-W-K.
No,
I did
ain't do- I ain't
H.A.W.K.
do-
No, my bad. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. But here's the thing. This is what I'm seeing in my head because they both sitting here because they got the for the culture going on right now. We don't talk more about that. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk more about that. Y'all just been here listening to the records all day. I got to mix up with H-A-W-K. Yeah, for sure. That bass line. That's Harvey Luv all day.
You can tell that. That's coming down.
Yeah.
That's what you feel in the chest. Right there.
Boom, boom. Yeah.
That's what like we were doing that for the man. Every time he come with one, I'm like, man, dude, you don't understand. Like, we feed off each other.
I'm talking about. I put a playlist together too. I'm gonna post it, man. I got it on Apple Music and Spotify. I don't know if y'all did it, but I put some records together. I mean, just running them down between the two of these. We talking about this going down. Keke, Fever, Big Mello, Haters Love When You Down. That's Solo. You know what I'm saying? Who That Talking Dime? Third Coast Born, Banging Screw, Come Ride with a Player. H-A-W-K, Bounce and Turn, Threes and Fours. That's all we had.
Yeah.
Down in H-Time, good part.
Yeah.
Mr. Pappy. My testimony, Jamming Screw, Menage a Trois, Heart of a Hustler, Rolling Chrome, nigga from the hood. Keep my name out your mouth. Still pimping pins, real as rhyming. These hoes be bopping. It's your thing. Range Rover, Screw for Life, Deuce out the roof, swinging and banging. Come on, man.
Man, that's a hell of a playlist, man. We need to get that.
Can I get that
Come on,
playlist?
man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Man, please share that playlist with me, man.
But see, this was all if you missed it for the culture. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You
it.
know,
That's right. Absolutely.
You know, this all came from for the
Absolutely.
culture, man. And it was. I'm glad y'all did it because I was trying to get with a couple other people, and we didn't really get to work it out. But I was seeing the versus thing going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, we've always been. I don't want to say shunned, but overlooked. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
Timberland and them, they not gonna come down here and do this thing the way they need to do.
Yeah.
So I'm glad y'all took the initiative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, actually, man, you had hit me. You know what I'm saying? When you had kind of like put it out there.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm cool. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? But some people like I don't know. This is something going on with certain producers or whatever, and they feel like it's more of a, like you can't, like say like in New York or whatever, they have cypher battles or they have battles and they just battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For
like
the sport.
It's
For the
for
sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, but down here, like, it turns into something personal. Like,
man,
and that's
And
what
that's the
takes
thing
it
I
out.
was trying to explain is
Yeah,
that it's not a competition.
it's
We
not a
celebrate
competition.
music. We
That's it.
celebrating our
Right.
thing. You know what I'm saying?
And I always two things on that. one, I always had love for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we was already dealing with just business, music
Right.
business anyway. Like, his daughter or somebody come to the studio or any artist that he sent over there. Me and him was already tight anyway. That's one. Number two, I love his music, his production.
Yeah, me too.
And so
Likewise.
it's like, man, no better dude to do this with or whatever. Because me and him talked about it. It was gonna be me and him, and then a couple other producers or whatever. But the other producers, thinking like
They switched up on us real
switched
quick.
up.
Went to man, no, we're gonna get this
Right.
and we're gonna make it a battle.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna go get this producer, and you steady about it. It wasn't even about that.
Yeah.
That's why he and I was like, nah, we're gonna do it in the same lab. We're gonna show, we're gonna give the people all of it. One room, one night, we doing this, whatever. Then it turned into the rest of it, but it was like me and him was together. We ain't thinking we made sure that we kept explaining to the audience the whole time. This is not a battle. We trying to get together. Trust me.
It was
we
a good
doing an
vibe. You got
album.
the backstories.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
it was what it was
totally
supposed to
put
be.
together. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
and
that
no
was-
better dude to put that together with.
Yeah.
Solo so humble, man, and just cool.
Solo
cool.
too
It's
humble,
like,
man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's like,
I be
man, my
chilling,
bro.
man.
I'm like, man, I be loving his posts. Like, golly,
Yeah.
man. It's like, bro, that's my dude. Every time I see him, I'm like, dude. And plus, he workaholic.
yeah.
Yeah.
We was just talking about that. I
Always
say, man, every time I wake up in the morning, I
Yeah.
know for a fact Solo gonna have a new one right there.
Exactly. He working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
It's the same feeling with love, man. There's not a lot of cats I could have done this with. Like a lot of people, some people look at what I do or whatever as overly aggressive, or he showing out, or he doing this.
He's on
or
with
what.
just being consistent online.
Yeah,
and
just being
everything.
consistent online, just posting. Like
Yeah.
posting is my advertisement, man.
Yeah,
this is what
man.
I do. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? We
Absolutely.
don't go anywhere.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's me going somewhere right
Right,
there. I'm touching
right.
as many people as I can.
Exactly.
And letting them hear what I do. You know
Exactly,
what I'm saying? So
exactly.
when Love hit me
I
up.
love it, man.
Yeah, when Love hit me up, I was like, man, Love, let's go. Like,
Yeah, man.
whatever he told me to order,
Yeah.
I went and ordered. He told me how to get it. I went and got it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
man.
So it's like,
Yeah.
man, I'm following his lead. I'm ready.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
He'll
So
tell
we
you, I be
always
hitting
have
it.
stuff. He's just that's right. Sure do. Absolutely.
Let's go. And we was already planning on doing a record together anyway before that.
Right before that.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
that's what we
this-
gotta talk
this-
about. I
this
got the
before
project
that.
that's coming.
Right,
Yeah.
Right. This is before that.
That's it,
So y'all calling the project for the culture? What's going? 'Cause I know you were trying to get a title for the album. So
Yeah.
The album's
that
going to
was-
be called For the Culture.
for the culture. Yeah. So y'all just gonna be like compilation. Y'all got some
Right,
people y'all been
right,
collaborating with in the
right.
past.
Because
and-
we always, we already doing it, separately anyway. Why not put it together on one project
Right.
and give them, and give them a For the Culture today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of
Update.
deal to let them know that we still here. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And not only are we still here, but we better. I mean, and better than ever because we know a lot more now. You know what I'm saying? And we able to, to keep it rocking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have the culture behind us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For real. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I mean, y'all done so many, man. What's some of y'all's favorite or standout sessions? You know what I'm saying? Just over the years, man. Well, Solo, yeah, you can go first, man. We spent so much time with.
Nah, man,
with
I'm
Love,
good.
man.
I was in the session. I'm listening, getting history. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I would say Fat Pat. Fat Pat sessions are always just not even the session of recording, the pre-production sessions at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like him just being over there and the way he picked the beats. Like, we really had like 5 other songs we were about to do before he passed.
Right.
But
So you saying pre-production? So you would go to his crib basically?
no, he
and play
would come to
beats?
my crib.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a crib in Third Ward. Like, everybody used to come over there and we need to play the game, and the beats were in the back, whatever. And just the vibe of him being over there, how a big dude played, laughed all the time, like Mello. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
Mello,
Like,
right.
those are certain things. Like you remember Big Hawk the same way, and come over there in the sessions. And I remember when Key used to, all
The
those
same
sessions are a lot. ESG sessions, like I got to put him in there because those were my first sessions. We were like in the dorm, and like anything I would do. Remember like quantizing and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I didn't even know how to quantize.
Yeah.
Like I
Right,
said
right.
that before. Like,
Right.
I would
I had
just
to learn
sample
that
the
too.
beat and it would be offbeat. Like if you listen to the first swing,
and bang it, and you gotta wait for it to come back around.
Right. We gotta pause it.
Right.
Because I didn't know. I was like, what quantize? Man, I didn't figure that out till later. You know what I'm saying? So man. But that's the rawness of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, find a sample. You know, and then like say swinging and banging. Like that was the first one I ever played. Like that's like. I'm gonna play this shit just to figure it out. You know what I mean? And that was one of my best ones, or one of my more famous ones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just learning how to play. You know what I mean? So
classic.
But Love, I know you got some.
Man, I as far as for me, man, it would always be like somebody, like Big Mello, because everything would turn into. It would be so much. We get the recording done as well, but it'd be by so much more than just the recording.
Yeah.
Because we be really ranking and having fun.
Yeah.
I'm they call it roasting, in other places or whatever. Yeah. But we call it ranking.
Yeah.
I've been ranking all my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about that's all we do, especially with the Woss Ness too. I mean, that's all we did on the road. We weren't trying to hit no music, no nothing. We ranked all of me, like Lil Steve, Jerry, Pimp.
Yeah.
Man, that's all we do. Big Steve, when he was living, man, I mean, we would rank. I mean, and it's like, that's all we do, man. It'd be the fun, getting, I remember I was talking to ESG about this type of movie, and E said he's getting ready to go ahead and do this project or whatever. When I told him, I said, man, I was telling E, you're doing these movies now and all of that. You need to do a movie called, about the actual trip to the show, not the show, the on the road part.
That's a whole movie.
That's a whole movie by itself.
Yeah.
That road trip. I ain't talking about road trip like what the ladies did with their girls and all that. I'm talking about on the way to a show.
Yeah.
Because we have so much fun on that road, man. Yeah. Because it be just the camaraderie. That's how people get so cool.
Stopping at the stove.
Tripping with people,
the
eating with each other. Get back on the tour bus. So it's just, oh man, right there, that road life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That movie about something like that or whatever.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, we might need to do that movie.
Real talk, man.
That's a whole movie.
That's a whole movie, and I'm saying it's because that life, and everybody that's in this industry, they can relate to that life. That life is amazing. The show ain't near about as fun as the trip to the show.
Of course.
I'm telling you, the show is work. You know what I'm saying? Like you go do your job and all that, have a good time doing your show, whatever. But back to the road life. Soon as it's over, back to that bus and back. And oh man, it'd be so much fun and everybody cool and kicking it. You know what I'm saying? That life, man. And I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world, man. Yeah. So even I know you used to asking about like the sessions and stuff like that, but that. And coupled with that life on that road, oh man, I love that, and I'm not through with it. Do you think? I love the life on the road.
Do you think, because I've always had this gripe, and maybe it's just because I'm a DJ and producer and really love music and shit,
right?
But it's like, man, as far as Houston producers, man, it kind of feels like y'all were pushed to the back almost. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like that was the case, or do you know what I'm saying? Do you feel like the artist kind of was it an intentional thing, or is it just kind of like, because artists are artists, they gonna always be, you know what I'm saying, they artists because of that, you know what I'm saying, because they like to be in the front.
I absolutely, and I have, and my thing is, I don't want to.
And sidebar, I'm only saying this because I feel like when these types of things happens, it stunts the growth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens when you the hot artist right now? What happens when you burn out?
Exactly.
But your man is a producer and he's making hot records,
right?
And he didn't got on and he's still moving over here. Now he might be with Beyonce. Now he can come grab you, but you didn't put your man in the back.
Yeah.
So now it's like, shit, you got this hot record and it was a moment and it's gone.
There's a reason why, we didn't make the move, but we could have made the move and it might have elevated our career. Look at the guys that left, like Corey Mo, ATL doing his thing. The new kid,
June,
ATL. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to move away. My homeboy Prowler was, he produced on Keke's album. And I don't protect the next one.
Right.
But he was dope, man. Dope. ATL. He's like, fuck this shit. I'm gone.
No. Because
I see the culture. And
I
it was like the
that.
CEOs, bro. It it was passed down from somebody at the top. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna do the producer, and they had it backwards.
Yeah.
Like you make your foundation around your producer,
And you're gonna
then
always be
you
good.
good.
He
Yeah.
always gonna be
That's the
good.
reason why, like
He always
Mike
gonna be
Dean,
good.
like Mike Dean. You know what I'm saying? He was a foundation of that shit,
Right.
and they were able to bring all kind of T-Mix.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? T-Mix is
Exactly.
the foundation of that. They had where to bring Tila and Thur and all them other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? South
Right.
Circle or whatever. It's the same way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
then some kind of way it got twisted.
It got
or-
twisted. It
and,
got.
and the artist was more valuable than like I don't know.
And I don't understand that. I mean, it's like, you know, these artists. They you know, I don't know. They separate from producers that really gave them
Gave them their sound.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
When I mentor a lot of young cats in the artists or whatever that they get in the game, they want to do this or whatever. I always ask them, you know, you are you new to this and stuff like that? Yeah, okay. I see you have a producer, and they, you know, they be about 15, 16, whatever. Like, no, not yet. I say, get you one,
Right.
and and y'all grow together. You know what I'm saying? You know, get it. He'll get better with the beats as you get better with the lyrics. Grow that, and because what you're building right now is not even records yet. You're building chemistry. You're learning what, you know, what makes him tick. He's learning what makes you tick. You know, he or she or whatever is learning what make, you know, you'll grow together, and before you know it, you'll be able to finish each other's sentences. And I'm telling you, it's gonna pay dividends in
Yeah,
the
in
end.
the long run,
It's
yeah.
gonna pay dividends. I'm telling you. The reason why Woss Ness grew had a sound because I was the in-house producer. I wasn't just a fly-by-night dude just doing a beat here and there, whatever. They, you know, they started like knowing, yeah, okay, get one like this or whatever. Then I started hearing them. I'm like, oh, I got one for you. This one should fit that. You know what I'm saying? And because you have to have that chemistry, you know, and build that chemistry and stick it out, man. It's gonna be some ups and downs, yeah, for sure. But stick it out, and it's gonna pay dividends in the end, you know. And that's a lot of times that's how people get left behind because they split up, and for whatever reason, it's hard for both people to you know, to really make it, you know, together at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know, it's hard. You know, when people go solo from a group, you know, or whatever. You know, a lot of people get left behind. You know what I'm saying, and just think about it. You don't really hear, you know, I know R. Kelly done got into all this other stuff now, but once R. Kelly had that booming career, you didn't pretty much hear too much from public announcement.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of like, you know.
Who?
Yeah, exactly my point. You know what I'm saying? You know.
They came back with that one, that Yippee-Yo, yeah, record,
they did,
that one.
they
Yeah,
did,
that was
yeah.
it. But yeah.
Right. Okay, to even go back further, okay, well, you know, Harold Melvin, it was
Yeah.
his
No,
group.
Teddy
But
P, that
once
was a
Teddy
rap.
P left,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You know, and my thing is, you know, hey man, this is how you know, this
It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And whatever they, you know, they probably do well, but I mean, it's like it's hard for everybody to enjoy that same success once they split up. You know what I'm saying? And I know people have to grow and go on. I get it, but I'm just saying that's just one of the reasons for it. When you split up, man, it's hard for everybody to enjoy the same success. And so, you know, and I just wish that it was different, but it is what it is. Like you just said, it is what it is, man.
That really right now what inspires us. Like we missed out on a few years, but it's never too late because our sound is still there. But we could have been doing projects like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that was really our lane. That's probably been our lane for like over 10 years now. Like if we would have been doing them then, you know what I'm saying? It would have, you know. But it's God's timing. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we got to do our own thing,
Right,
our own
right.
projects, and show the way for the new producers. That's what you got to do because, you know, some people like you say, man, you going away from your sound. You just like
and nothing burns me. I really want to say this. Nothing burns me up more because than when a person says this to me. They think they're really impressing me because they're trying to, you know, like trying to get me to do some tracks for them or do some
They
business
all
with them,
right.
whatever. The first thing they come up to me and tell me, man, you know, I want you to hear my stuff or whatever, and I'm like, cool, okay, let's play whatever. Man, you gonna trip on this because I don't even sound like I'm from Houston.
Oh man.
I can't. Immediately in the back of my, I'm listening, but in the back of my mind,
turn me off.
You didn't turn me off.
Yeah,
you didn't turn me off because it's like, dude,
it's enough of that.
I cannot stand that. Our culture takes a hit enough as it is. A big enough, big enough hit as it is. But here comes, and the reason why people do that is because they're chasing. They're chasing success in a way that they shouldn't have to do it, and what they think is we from Houston, they're not going to play us, what I'm saying, or whatever in Houston. And so what they do is they try to sound like they're from somewhere else, maybe a Dallas, maybe Atlanta, maybe these other, saying from the Midwest or whatever, and they try to sound like wherever there's probably some records getting some play, and that you don't have to do that. Just do your music, what I'm saying, for real. You don't have to copy, just compete.
I tell people that all the time. As long as you being yourself, you can always be original.
Exactly. And that's my method. That's my mentality. I tell people all the time, I cannot be somebody else, but I'd be damned if I'm gonna let them be me being me. I promise you. I promise you. Yeah, I promise you. I'm the best me you'll ever see. Promise you. You ain't gonna, I'm gonna be me to the death. And for real. And I'm not gonna, I can run circles around you being me. Can't nobody be Harvey Luv like Harvey Luv can be Harvey Luv. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I'm gonna just be the best me I can be and let the chips fall where they may. For real. I feel like God has allowed me to do this and be relevant this many years, almost 3 decades, and be relevant. Not just, okay, yeah, I'm in the back room doing music, hope y'all like it. No. You know what I'm saying? And it's still selling tracks like I was ever, like I was back then. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And to be relevant and, to keep me here, I know this has to be my calling. You know what I'm saying, and whatever. And I don't take that lightly. That's why I stay humble, because I know that God can take this from you in a heartbeat. And I'm talking about in a millisecond.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Talk about the importance of that, man. Just staying humble. And I mean, you say God, just believing in something bigger than yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
And we ain't gotta go TDJs, but I'm Christian off top.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
I ain't never deny God.
No doubt. I'm God loving, God fearing.
Yeah.
Speaking of TDJs, man.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Is that boy a Christian action figure? You seen that picture?
I saw that, man.
With them boys lined up in the street like that.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on.
The boy was trying to show you that weight loss, man.
Hey, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but anyway, go ahead,
TD got him a stylist, man. You can't tell him nothing now, man.
I'm just saying, man. I just know that for a fact, man. I've seen God's power firsthand.
Facts.
And I'm saying, and I know, I just know that with me being in the situations that I've been in, and to come out and still be doing what I'm doing, and that there has to be a purpose for me here, and I just feel like as long as I do right and follow that purpose, God will allow me to keep fulfilling my destiny. And so I just want to do that and do that until God say, hey, you know what? All right, you've done it, big boy. That's enough. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Until I get that tap on the shoulder, I'm in this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For real. Going back to the studio when I leave here. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I am. I feel like I'm in my natural habitat when I'm in that studio, and it's like the whole world is outside. You know what I'm saying? No, ain't nobody in the world in this room but me. That's the mentality that I have. And sometimes I just play songs for myself, not even with the intent to sell or make a song out of them or whatever. It's a refuge for me. I just feel like, man, I could get away from the world or whatever. And music takes me away. It's the only thing that, the communication that we have that can change how a person is feeling. Facts. And I love that power. Yeah.
Peaceful.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Oh, that peaceful, yeah.
Man, that's my favorite song.
Man, appreciate it, dog.
That dude there, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
That Slim Thug, that peaceful.
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
yes,
it, man.
sir. Yes, sir.
He got
and it's amazing
more,
for
man.
three, three producers to be on this panel, man. And it's It's crazy.
Yeah.
The understanding that we all have.
And made Impact Records, all of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I ain't even gonna put myself in the conversation with y'all,
Come on,
man.
man.
Like,
But you
if
part
you
of
had,
it.
I'm, you know, I done done a couple
man.
records, but if you talking about, you know,
Yeah,
you had
it's
to make
all
a
good.
what they call that shit with the presidents and shit, Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you had to make a round Mount Rushmore of Houston producers, y'all got to go on now.
Oh man, I appreciate
Man,
that.
I gotta go.
bro.
It's
got to be a
there
bunch of heads,
is
though.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be more than 4 heads.
it's more than 4 heads.
It's more than 4 heads.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
Y'all got to go on
Yes,
there though.
sir. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
'Cause it's 4 that I look up to. That you know,
I-
what I'm saying?
I mean, you got
Absolutely.
Crazy. See, let's just talk about some of these just
Absolutely.
legends that,
Crazy
you know what I
C.
mean?
It's a
Mike B.
Mike B.
Yep.
Swift.
Swift. Oh yes,
Like,
indeed.
musically, like the sound of how he sounds.
Right,
like
right.
Swift and Mike B and
Yeah.
Crazy C and Mike Dean.
Mike
Dean.
You know what I'm
Dean.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Those guys right there. And
N.O.
it's-
Joe
it's-
was-
N.O. Joe.
Joe.
Yes,
like,
indeed.
Yeah.
It
got
goes
some
on.
N.O. Yeah, yeah,
The Wreck
man.
Shop Boys, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Blue.
Platinum Soul and all them boys, right?
Dirty
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah.
You know, you got them.
Yeah.
You got them
Yeah.
boys that was dropping that heat, man.
Yeah.
And I
That's
always,
what's so
you know,
live about Houston.
and when I love all of them, you know what I'm saying? Hyman that came with some hits.
Hyman for
you know,
sure.
And I love all of them boys, and I'm always gonna be biased and not ashamed of it by Crazy C because he's who taught me how to produce. He taught me how to do this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, literally, I didn't know how to even make beats. You know, and he taught me.
Nah,
and
Crazy
he was
C-
doing beats for Goody Mob and all that back then.
Yeah, Crazy C so dope. He
Wu-Tang.
came. I had him on the podcast, and we chopped.
Wu-Tang and all that back then.
I had him on the podcast, and we was chopping it up. And he was at the time. I knew the name. I knew a few records, but I didn't know everything when he came.
Man.
So we sitting there talking,
His
and he's
history is
telling me,
crazy.
you know, we talking about the Outkast remixes and all the, you know, the Method Man remix and all these different type of remixes and all that. But then when he left, you know, I somehow went down the Crazy C rabbit hole, man, and it was like all these songs and beats that I would hear on these screw tapes.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm just like, man, you did the 100 Spokes remix?
Yeah, the 100
Like,
Spokes.
that's one of my favorite beats.
ATL.
Ever.
That's that Bud Law.
You know what I'm
he
saying?
got
like,
hits, man. Like,
Yeah.
He quiet and humble.
And
you know
how,
what
I was
I'm
just gonna
saying?
say, I was just gonna say.
but that's what I'm saying. I went down the rabbit hole and found out he ain't tell me. He
Yeah.
ain't come in here like I'm Crazy.
That's why
See, I
say
did
how-
such and such.
Now, how humble
yeah,
is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool dude. Man.
Yeah,
Man.
I gotta
I learned
have
from
Crazy
the
C
best,
come back
man.
on because I'm like, man, we ain't have a proper conversation, bro. Like
Yeah.
the records Crazy C was behind, man.
Was
But see,
crazy.
But see, that's
Man.
the difference in like it's something that I try to, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't no swaggy P dude, but
Right.
the thing about Houston producers, man, like there's a lot of them are swagless. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, just look at it, like you cool, love, you know what I'm saying? We have our own little styles or whatever, but
Right.
some of these cats are just
Music
in the
guys.
back
Yeah.
guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? They, you know, and you look at the ATL guys, they're in the front guys. They're artists. You know what I'm saying? And that's the little step. Like that's one thing I do admire about Jaime. He's a showman. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, his showmanship
you
was
know,
through the roof.
it's like we have to do more. That's why that's why I post all the time. Like you know,
Right.
a lot of guys like
Talk
they-
about that solo because I mean, like I said, bro, you are working shit me and a whole bunch of people. You know what I'm saying?
he
And
working,
been doing it like you know since forever. But you know, still
Right.
working like you just came out, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
what keeps you motivated to wake? Like I said, every morning I know for a fact it's gonna be a new solo record, man. When I wake up in the morning, I
I'm
know
gonna tell
this
you
for
what,
a
I'm gonna tell you
fact.
like what gets me motivated to do it. Like, man, I'm selling them bad boys. That's the motivation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I have a job. Like I'm a school teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Absolutely.
work in education.
Absolutely.
The pandemic was the most blessing in disguise for me as far as my time. Like that's why you seeing them all the time because I got time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that type
Right.
of time before. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? With the other things that I
Right.
do, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I got time right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do one tonight.
Exactly.
Like
exactly.
Love said, I'm gonna do
You
one
don't
tonight and
leave
I'm gonna
here.
post it.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I'm gonna sell that bad boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
that's really
Exactly.
the motivation. Like you know, if you working and you getting, you know, I'm getting my money from the school district, and I got to hustle. You know what I'm saying? Of putting out my style. I don't have to change my style. Just
Yeah.
do me.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then we're gonna working on our projects and doing our other stuff, and you know, it's
Right.
fun, man. You know,
Right.
you know how it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It's fun
right.
doing this. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I love to create. I take walks every day. Like you know, I've been on this health thing. You know what I'm saying? So I walk 7 miles a day.
Right.
I get my ideas on my walks. You know what I'm saying? In my,
Right.
listening to stuff, whatever. And I just screenshot it, and then I come home, and when I get home, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And half the time, like people are like, man, so and so did that before. I'm like,
It don't even matter.
it's hip hop, bro.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it again.
It's
Yeah.
a sport.
Yeah, somebody gonna do it again.
Yeah.
It was done before me. It's gonna be done before
Exactly.
again. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Gonna do it after you.
So, yeah, it's all good.
My whole thing when people get to talking about all that shit, is it jamming?
Yeah, do you like
At
it?
the end of the day, that's the only
Right.
question
Yeah.
that needs to
Yeah.
be answered. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? If
Right.
the answer is yes, we ain't really got nothing
Yeah,
else to talk about.
Exactly.
because they like it because they done said
Exactly.
something.
Like
on
I
it.
saw, a couple of weeks back, you did a song that I've done before,
Yeah.
"Careless Whisper."
Kelly,
You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
reread, yeah,
That's been and that's been done.
George Michael, that's been
Yeah.
done about 4 or
Yeah.
5 times.
The
but
dude was a
that is-
fiend. Somebody.
First time I heard somebody do that shit was on Roe album.
Oh,
Ro
okay.
did it.
Ro did it, right,
But
right.
He did it after I believe the dude Fiend or somebody from
Right.
Master P.
Right,
From
right.
No Limit.
Fiend,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it was, a dude came
Right.
on my post like, remember homeboy Fiend did that.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
cool.
But who cares?
That's
Who
cool.
cares?
Like,
I mean, it's a sport, man.
I wanted to say no, I didn't get it from Fiend. I actually got it from George Michael.
and see,
Like,
that's the thing.
Exactly.
When it comes to the samples, it's like, hey, man, we
Hell
talking
no,
about
he
samples,
come
bro.
Yeah.
From Wham.
We're talking about
Exactly.
samples.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, my thing.
But new cats, man, they don't even realize some of that stuff. Like they really think that came from Fiend or somebody.
Nah.
Or the Fiend beat
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
like, no,
that
it's
comes
George
from somebody
Michael,
before
man.
that.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But it's all good. I don't even really pay
Exactly.
attention to that
And so
type of
my
stuff.
thing is like this is a sampling is a sport, man.
Yeah.
Ask Kanye.
Sampling
You know what
is hip hop, period.
It's hip hop. That's
what
my
it's built
point.
to.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a
right.
part of this. Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
It was
you know
built
what I'm saying.
on.
And it's fun to see, like the prime example in the same case, how Solo used it way different from the way that I would have used it. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But it's jamming. You know what I'm saying. It's I just like it the way I however he use it. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. As long as it's jamming, like you just said, as long as it's jamming.
Yeah,
That's how I am.
you can't press everybody. You just do your thing.
Nah.
You just do
Put
your
your
thing.
own spin on it. Make it yours. You know what I'm saying? That's the key to it. Can you make it yours?
That's the
Can
thing.
can you make it yours? That'll be a production.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can you put what
Yeah.
you gonna put on it? You know.
Now, if you take the sample and you got your drums riding like mine, and you got your
That's something
then
else.
that's a
That's
whole
something
nother.
else.
Now
Yeah.
you took my beat. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
right, yeah,
you
nah,
was
like-
listening to my beat and you went on ahead. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, right,
I'm gonna make that.
right.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna make me one of them Donnie Houston ones.
Yeah, but if we
Exactly.
just talking about the sample, I ain't really trying to.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and that happens too, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
people,
Right.
people be, it's crazy.
We're gonna end up using some of the same things or whatever. There are only 12 keys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's only 12 notes, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's some of these notes are gonna repeat here and there.
Yeah, for real though. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 12 notes, man.
For real. So I mean, at this point, man, you talking about y'all done been in the game. We talking about 25 plus.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? What is it y'all looking to accomplish at this point?
At this stage of the game?
Yeah, at this stage of the game. Or is it just about, man, I just want to keep doing me?
Well, my thing is, it's kind of like it's an adventure to me to see how much higher, I can go. I'm climbing. I still have the energy. I still have the desire in my heart. I still have a drive, to go higher. I love, you know what I'm saying, for real. I was just telling somebody yesterday, telling my neighbor, I say, anything that you love enough is gonna one day love you back. And I love this game that way, to whereas I've loved it so much that I've poured my whole life. I have 2 daughters now, and my oldest daughter is getting ready to turn 24 years old this month. And I remember way back before she was even born, I was in this. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, man, I love this game like that. Like I love it. Like the first day I ever started this, I coming out of high school and me and Mello met, and the rest was history or whatever. I love it the same way sitting on this couch today. And it's crazy, man. I just don't, my love is not fading. It's not fading for this game, man. I love this. I love what I can do. As far as with the music, and I love where music has taken me. Music has been so good to me and my family, and and it shows. I've traveled so many places. I've been able to buy house, cars, whatever, the whole nine, that all that, the actual, that stuff,
All the
or whatever,
materialistic
tangible,
things, yeah.
materialistic, tangible stuff. But that's not even it's not even about that. It's the peace of mind. I tell people, all the time, I don't have $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody say, okay, produce me $1 million cash. I don't have $1 million cash, but what I can produce right now because of music is $1 million worth of peace. I got $1 million worth of that.
And everybody knows peacefulness is priceless, man.
I promise you.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I got $1 million worth of peace because of music. And music is put me in a good place. There's nothing on earth that I would rather be sitting here. You know what I'm saying? I know there's doctors, lawyers, astronauts. There's a lot of good jobs out there. There's nothing I would rather be than a producer right now. Yeah. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a doctor
but that's love,
would rather be a brain surgeon than somebody hammering on a keyboard.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But I love my job like you love yours. You understand what I'm saying? So I love it. I mean, it's liking it and loving it is two different emotions.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
For real. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, man, at this stage, bro, I have a passion for setting up a generation behind me, like setting up a business where the younger producers that come up under me, like I have an influence on them. Either they're signing me or they're through our wave of what we're doing. Like that's what I want to see happen. Like I have a crew, you know what I'm saying? But me and Love, we do our thing. But I have a crew of producers, man. They from East Texas, Boogie Low, Ken D, and the youngest one is KD6. He produced for Moneybagg Yo.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They all in my crew. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So, I want to see that grow. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what we can accomplish as like bringing up the new wave where, I can do 1 or 2 tracks instead of, doing,
You gotta do the whole album.
I don't have to do it. I just want to do 1 or 2. They're gonna be jamming. They're gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? And the crew or whatever, whoever come through.
And I'm glad you said that because I'm into doing the same thing, bringing up the young.
And when my crew over there at the den, like we got a school looking at, like that's another thing. Like, it's a school that's trying to partner with us at the studio, whatever, for engineers called Avant.
Man.
But me coming from a school background, I think totally different. Like shit, I could write my own curriculum. Like me and Love, we
can start the school.
Start our own stuff and get accredited and move it to that. Cause like I come from a family who has a beauty school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's in my blood, my DNA to do something like that. And I feel like that will set us apart from like who else can leave a legacy of like educating the younger ones, because like he got educated by Crazy C because he was in that environment. Me, I ain't had nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I can imagine so many other little youngsters. Of course, it's different now because
don't have
of technology.
a resource.
Yeah, but they can't even like talk to anybody.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, don't have the resources to even get into the game.
Yeah, to even talk to us. So that's my thing, man. We set up some type of education. I'm gonna learn from this other school that's coming in there.
Right.
And then, soon we're gonna all get together, write this curriculum, and set this up and get accredited and live lavishly, like you know what I'm saying, off of our craft.
Off of our craft.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you catch one of these youngsters that come through there that's a genius already,
and that extends the legacy even more.
More.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's what I want to do. That's what I'm in the process of doing.
Right. That would really be nice.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it right there, for sure.
Yeah. Well, man, anything else before we get up out of here, man?
I'm good, bro.
I'm good, man.
I got the lesson from this cat, right?
That's what I'm saying. Love came, man. Love came. That history, man. God damn, man.
Man, life it has just shown me a lot, man. And I just, and I thank God that I still have the capacity to remember, like an elephant, everything that, that not only that has happened to me, but first and foremost, what he has done for me along the way, you know, and put me in the right places around the right people,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
That's the key factor.
I've always
bro.
been around the right people,
Yeah.
man. I've never, you know, I've always been around somebody that showed me how to do whatever, how to do this, how to do that. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, I've always.
But that's,
had
but
that
I mean, that's
crazy seed
that's just a calling
in
on
my
your life, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times, like, well, you know, and again, I'm finna go into some TD Jake shit with this deuce in my hand. But
Right,
man, my favorite scripture, you know what I'm saying? 37, Psalms 37:4, delight yourself in the Lord, He'll grant you the desires of your heart. You know what I'm saying?
That is right.
That's
right,
all
man.
it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Man.
say, it was in you, so you know those opportunities were created
Right.
for you to be able to, you know,
Right,
meet
man.
this one and
That's
navigate here and do all that, man.
That's
so
real.
Yeah, man.
that's live, man. Like I said, it's been an honor for me, man. Just
Honor for me too, man.
just coming up in Houston, man. Like I say, man, y'all done been the soundtrack, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You know, it is what it is. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
It is what it is. You know, and it's more producers. I don't want anybody to hear this and be like, man, you leaving it. It ain't even like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course
But
it
we
is.
got it. We
And
cannot.
some of them I really love. I love to hear them all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we gotta thank you for what you're doing,
Yeah,
man.
thank you,
Like,
brother.
Oh, man,
like,
appreciate
you
it,
know,
brother.
really,
What you
that's
doing.
why I be on your. You know what I'm saying? I be like, every time you get somebody, whoever you got in there, like everybody you bring in here has a contribution to our musical, you know, environment and the culture in Houston. Like, you bringing the right people in here, man. And, man, we salute you for
Man,
what you
appreciate
doing,
it,
man.
bro.
It's
Yes,
real
sir.
deal.
Appreciate
Yes,
it,
sir.
man.
Yes,
Real
sir.
deal.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
that, man.
Yeah,
For real,
man.
for real.
Yeah, this is a good thing.
Need
you got
that,
going
bro.
on.
Like,
we need that.
Like,
yeah.
I was doing it. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even like, not everybody's just punctual. Just that part. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
that's
right.
you got to be like. But you got to get your story or get your cast, or sometimes you got to wait. So I know the commitment and the dedication it takes to do this.
Right.
So, man, that's why I say salute, bro.
Man, appreciate it, man.
Real talk.
I appreciate it,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Real talk.
For real, well,
Already.
hey. Yo, you supposed to say something?
No,
Nah,
man, I
that's
just
it?
want to say, man, I appreciate everybody, you know, for supporting the culture. And you know what I'm saying, you know, and when I say the culture, I'm not talking about just for the culture, you know, our things that we got. I'm talking about the Houston culture, and you know, and we just want to keep this rocking, man. You know, and I'm proud of my city, and you know, and how we come along, and we're still going. That's just the truth about it.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
For sure. That's what it is, man. It's Donnie Houston
Thank you.
Podcast, man. Harvey Luv,
Yes,
Sean
sir.
Solo. We out.
Yes, sir.